Aquarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-November 2025. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aquarius. The overall energy for the reading, the Wheel of Fortune. Air signs are going through changes, man. Yeah, there's an energy of change here, which I feel like you want to implement on something. But let's see. Starting off the reading, you get the Three of Swords crossed by the Hangman. Yeah, something happened and it's not great. It's not making you feel great, whatever happened, and I see it right there in the past. Hurtful, potentially. And you're kind of sitting with that energy. You're kind of just, okay, well, this happened, you know? In your focus, the sun, you want to change the energy from feeling like crap to happy times. So whatever that means, either you're approaching the situation and trying to, like, hey, let's work on it. Or even surrounding yourself with nice stuff, you know, that would make you feel happy. That have nothing to do necessarily with that situation. I don't know. But in the recent past, the Five of Wands, yeah, maybe some things have been said or done. Quite the conflicting energy there. In your strength, the Eight of Pentacles, I'm not sure how to take that in the sense of, are you trying to work on this? Or are you working on something else or trying to shift your energy completely towards something that is working out for you? I'm not sure exactly where you stand yet. In the immediate future, the Three of Wands, you're kind of letting some more time pass over this without maybe doing anything about it. I don't know. Supporting this reading, the Ace of Pentacles, you definitely want to feel better at the end of the day. Whether that's, okay, let's work on this or not, you definitely want, you're shooting towards a brand new energy. One that's not going to make you feel like that. You know, the result of whatever happened there. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Strength card. I think this has a bigger impact on you than what you think or what you're letting the world know. I think it's more than meets the eye here. It could be hurting you more than you're letting on. In your hopes and fears, the Six of Swords, you just want to kind of get past at least the feeling. I'm not seeing you at any time saying, I want to abandon this and move on with my life. That's where I'm confused here. Maybe you didn't make up your mind quite yet. Maybe you don't want to do that. I don't know. But you're definitely pointing at the energy, the result of that conflict, which is pain. And that's where your focus is, to remove yourself from that, to not be feeling that, because it feels like crap. Now, you're not running away from it either. You're not just avoiding. You know, like, oh, this feels like crap, so I'm not. So there is an aspect of healing over that. But your plan is to allow for time and space as much as needed so that you go further and further away from that feeling of whatever this is. For the potential outcome, the Devil, something unhealthy is presented in there. I don't know why, how, what is up with that energy, but we'll get to it. So let's clarify. Let's see what's up. For the Wheel of Fortune, you get the Four of Cups, the Justice card, the Knight of Wands. You're very, very determined to change things around here. So that's definitely your intention of things feel like crap now within the situation. Let's flip that page, because I don't like this page that we're on right now. Okay. And that's the process that I'm seeing here throughout the reading, in all honesty. I see you very determined to flip the page on this. For the Three of Swords, you get the Magician, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups. And it sucks, and that's what makes it even more painful, because your intention and the way you carried yourself through this and the way you showed up for this was the opposite of pain, was from love, from you got the best intentions in the world here, you know, like your heart was open like crazy to this, for this to work out in the best way possible. And the end result seems to be the opposite of that. Where it almost feels like it turned on you, you know, it blew up in your face. For the Hangman, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Star, the King of Cups. You want to bring that love back to the surface, if not for the situation, at least for you. So think of it as something hurt you deeply, and let's say physically, right? And this is your period of time of healing from that, you know, where you let that wound kind of do its thing, heal. You're with it. You're not going to try to, you know, like, I'm going to leave my wound right here on the hospital bed and I'm going to go away until it heals. And then I'm coming back and pick it back up and put it back where it belongs. No. You're quite respectful of the process. You're with the process. But you want to bring it yourself back into that place of, you know, love, vulnerability, good space. That's the mission that you're on here, to heal from that was caused. For the Sun, you get, in your focus, you get the Eight of Cups, the Tower, the Chariot. You need space from this, I think, whatever this is, and then especially whatever caused this. But I feel like your intention is that of happiness and healing and, you know, kind of getting yourself back into a place of good. But almost with the sense of, I don't care for this at this moment in time. So you're not saying, let me get rid of this completely. You're not saying you're walking out of this completely and you'll never see whoever's at the other end of this, and none of that. But you are saying, I need space from that right now. In order for me to come back to a place of happy, a place of love, a place of where I feel good and healed and safe, it needs to be away from that at this moment in time. Not interested in getting close to that right now. Okay, so maybe you're taking some time for yourself. For the Five of Wands in the recent past, you get the Three of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups. There is love there. I know that doesn't help in situations like these because the end result was pain, lots of pain. So I don't know what the fuck happened, what was said, what was done, but something painful came as a result of that. While I see the energy of love on both ends. Okay. Let me do the Eight of Pentacles in your strength. You get the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Moon. That's the thing. Again, I don't know where you're at with this consciously. I don't know if you made up your mind or not. I don't think so. What you want to do about the situation. Do you want to someday, not now necessarily, but someday maybe come back to this and, you know, like, hey, what the fuck happened there? Let's talk about it. Or I'm not seeing the alternative clearly for this. I'm seeing more of the not right now type of a thing to it. I'm not seeing the alternative of I'm done with this forever and ever and ever. And I don't think you have it clear yet. Are you done or are you not done? I don't think you know. I don't think you know. And if you say, oh yeah, I know, I'm done, I'm completely done, I don't believe you. From an energetic standpoint, you could be a week from now, a month from now. Right now, no. You're not giving me that alternative of this being done completely for you. You are very, very, like, emphasizing this other energy of I need that space right now. That's all I need. That space from this right now. That doesn't tell me, oh, I'm done with this. Because I'm not seeing that. So you're shifting, or you're trying to shift most of your focus towards providing some space and time for yourself to heal out of whatever happened. And I see you leaning in a direction that doesn't work for you necessarily. And that could be maybe focusing on something you're working on right now actively, maybe a work project or something, and you're like, oh yeah, I do this, then that'll make it better. I don't see it doing that. I don't see that paving the way towards your healing necessarily. If anything, maybe it's a distraction. Maybe that's why it's not working out in that way for you. Maybe you're taking it as, let me, occupy my mind with something else so that I don't think about this. But there's healing at play here. So anything like that would be taken almost as a distraction from healing. For the Three of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Six of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Wands. See, in this, there's like a ticking clock here that says something about this situation. It almost looks like the day that I will approach this, or that I will be ready for this, is coming. So you're giving me that. So again, you're not saying I'm done with this forever. If anything, you're pointing towards a clock that goes tick tock, and it just measures the time towards the day that you will probably approach this, one way or another, somehow, or them. I don't know, because right now I'm not seeing any movement on any end. But okay. Let me do the Ace of Pentacles in the potential outcome. You get the Knight of Pentacles, the Death card, the Lovers. Okay, this is the first time where you're telling me I'm focusing on what's ahead, not on what I left behind. And with that, you're telling me that's done for me. Now, I don't know. It could be. If that's what you're feeling, that's what you're feeling. I'm still getting the energies up in the air when it comes to that. For me personally, that's how I'm getting them. Like, I don't think it's done. I don't think it's not done either. For me, they're open energies. You are saying here, for the first time, you're showing up as closing them, and focusing on what's ahead. For the Strength card in the Hidden Energies, you get the Six of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. If through this process of healing and moving forward and focusing on what's ahead, you have the tendency to hang on to things that you acknowledge even as being distracting, stop doing that. It's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit this. It's not going to make it go any faster. Just because you're feeling like crap one day, let's say, and then you're like, well, I'll go to work and, I'll focus on that. That energy right there is not going to be productive, because you're going through something crappy and painful and it's not feeling right. So why would you bring that energy over there towards something that you think is going to help you escape the pain that you're feeling? Stop distracting yourself, basically, because I see you having the tendency to do that, thinking that it's going to make things a little easier. If I start doing something that has nothing to do with the pain that I'm feeling, in order for me to maybe I'm not going to feel that pain anymore. It's looking like a deceptive energy, and it's just not going to help. Not going to help the situation you're involving yourself in, not going to help your process. It's just avoidance. So you have those tendencies. They're not predominant, so I'm not worried about that. It's just be a little more aware when you try to do that to escape the healing aspect of this. For the Six of Swords in your hopes and fears, you get the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords. For the most part, you got a handle on things here, on this process of yours, on moving further and further away from what caused the damage here. I would say 80%, you've got a handle on it. You're good. That 20% is when you get up here with it, when you start overthinking, which I don't see a lot of, in all honesty. It could be, those times in which you're trying to distract yourself from this process. I don't know. For the most part, you're good, though. For the devil in the potential outcome, you get the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. You have a tendency there when things start feeling a little better, when you start feeling like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm good now, to feel like, okay, my process is complete. I feel this. Fuck it, I'm done. Or that you aced this. You're so healed that nobody has ever been healed the way you are right now out of this. Like, everything about everything. This experience taught you everything you need to know. Try not to do that. Try not to do that, because no. This is just an experience that is supposed to teach you a lot of things, yes, but it's not going to teach you everything. Yeah, the minute you feel a little better, you're like, I'm so good at this shit. Oh my God. Come to me, I'll give you lessons about it. Because now I know everything. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, feel better. Yeah, take it all in. Just know that the next day after feeling that, you might actually experience a downfall, a little bit of, oh crap, where is this energy coming from? And yesterday I thought I knew everything, and now it just hits me again as if I never healed. So try not to do that to yourself there. Just lay low. Enjoy those times. Just know that, no, you don't know everything, and none of us will ever, because it's impossible. But anyways, from the universe for you as a final advice, you get the Two of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Star. There's excitement. There's honoring this process as it unfolds, but there's also excitement about what comes next. Once you get back to yourself, back to a sense of, oh my God, this hurt so much, this hurt like a motherfucker, but I'm gonna stay with this until I heal it properly. But I can't wait for the next phase, outside of this. I can't wait for that. You don't have anxiousness about that process of, getting there faster. You're staying in the journey for the most part. But there's a sense of excitement over that time in which you'll come back to yourself. So that's good to have that, to keep that in mind there. You're doing good here for the most part. You have little, like all of us do, little things here and there, little twitches that maybe you want to pay attention to, But, yeah. Let's do Myths and Mermaids Oracle for you. Triumph of Galatea. Number 21. A mythic beauty takes a ride, cross the ocean she doth glide, friends and lover by her side, while I sit and coldly gaze in envy at her carefree ways and make designs to spoil her days. A sea nymph and her admirers enjoy a magnificent chariot ride pulled by a pair of feisty dolphin fish. This miniature scene is set against the backdrop of a lovely lady's portrait, which suggests they are being watched. Divination meeting. You are being watched. Lately, you have been having fun at the expense of getting the job done, and so far there have been no serious repercussions. But be warned, someone has been keeping an eye on you, and you will not get away with this kind of behavior forever. Perhaps she is jealous of your carefree ways or simply irritated at your lack of responsibility. In any case, it is time to strengthen up and do what you are supposed to do before you get called out. Antithesis, do not be paranoid. You have been under a lot of pressure to perform, and it is starting to get to you. You feel your every move is being scrutinized, and each mistake could cost you big. Try to ease up a little. Everyone knows you are only human, and despite how it seems, you are not being judged so harshly. I like to read both of these. I know they're kind of contradicting, but at the same time, I think they're playing out. They could play out at the same time. So I like to read both out of this one for that reason. It's a little bit of this side, a little bit of this side, because it's duality at the end of the day. So I like to read it in that way from this oracle deck. You know, it's usually maybe if the card flies in reverse, then it's the antithesis, but I like to play both parts for you guys. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.